Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing well today. Uh, Sorry, just checking. Okay, I'm good on that front. Awesome, awesome. Alright. So, like I had said yesterday, we're gonna continue on with Doki Doki Blue Skies. Because, well, we kind of have to. So I want to get through Yuri's. I want to go through this entire mod. I want to get through it. I want to play through it entirely until... Hopefully, I mean, I doubt this will happen, but I'd love to be able to finish this off by the end of August. Just because I would love to, after this, go immediately into DDLC Plus when my physical copy shows up. So, that being said, though, in regards to this game, which, hold on. In regards to this game, I do still have my 2 commands. I have my command Blue Skies. That gives a very brief description of what the, mod is. And then, as noted in my title, that I said I was going to work on, I do have my command CW for content warnings. I'm making them route specific, so the command will look like this during Yuri's route. But come the other 2 routes, I will change them so they're, relevant. Because, yeah, as everyone who tuned in last time kind of saw, that was a bit rough. Anyway. Oh, boy. Okay, so, last time, if I'm remembering correctly, Yuri ended up meeting our mom in person for the first time, finally. Then, like, the day or 2 after, on White Day, we kind of spent the day in with Yuri, just at our place, making dinner. Unfortunately, Yuri is actually incredibly jealous of just us and our relationship with Sayori in general as a friend. She really doesn't think she's, good for us in a way. She feels like she's useless, inadequate. We'd be much better off without her. But she doesn't want us to go. She even admitted back on Valentine's Day when they did the sideways tango. She only did it because she thought that was what we wanted. Which is just an oh my god. After that, she kind of raced to the bathroom to try to self-harm. We stopped her from going into the bathroom, but she proceeded to kind of do it in front of us anyway, just by scratching at her scar-covered arms. Not exactly the most... not the greatest sight or thing to read out. She, after that ended up calming her down, she just left. Because we kind of got into we got into an argument about it. So this is gonna carry on from well, that day. I think immediately the day after. Our White Day technically ruined. So I don't think Game Baron's doing too great. Then again, Yuri isn't doing too great either. Yeah, that really sets the mood. I wake up with a start. Strangely, I'm sitting on the couch with a blanket over me instead of lying in bed. As I pull the blanket off myself, fragments of memories suddenly flash through my mind. White day, cooking, yelling, blood, Yuri. Oh God, Yuri. Adrenaline starts pumping through me again as I weigh over all my choices. What could I have done differently? How did this all happen? Springing up from the couch, I rub my hands over my face and stumble into the kitchen. I hadn't even cleaned up our dinner yesterday. It's crazy how such a mundane chore can even seem urgent in the wake of what happened. To my surprise, the dinner table is cleared and the dishes all stacked neatly in the drying rack. And the blanket... Mom must have helped out. Mom? I feel like a child again as I walk through the house, looking for my mom. At this point, I feel like Mom's the only one who will be able to comfort me. Jeez, I must really be a mama's boy. It's in my bedroom that I happen to find her. Mom's sitting at my desk, flipping through an old photo album. Baron, you're up? I guess I am. I sit down on my bed next to her. For a few moments, there's only the sound of the album pages crinkling as they turn. Finally, Mom breaks the silence. Remember when we went to that beach, the beach that time? She points out a photo of a small, chubby child digging a hole in wet sand at the beach. That must have been taken when I was 5? Maybe. You'll have to be more specific, though. Come on. It was the time you peed yourself because you were too busy playing to go to the bathroom. Ironic, because you could have peed in the ocean right next to you, but instead you wet your pants in front of everyone. Hey, what's the point in bringing this up now? I can feel the heat rising in my face. Just reminiscing. There's another flip of a page, followed by a sigh. You were so cute as a child. So I'm not much of a looker now then? Oh, now you're putting words in my mouth. Mom gazes fondly down at another photo now. It's one of her and Dad standing proudly in front of our house. My 7-year-old self striking a silly pose in between them. Sometimes I wonder. Would it have been better if I hadn't insisted on leaving your father? Should I have just put up with it for your sake? I'm startled by the sudden change in topic. Mom never really talks about her feelings, much less the divorce. I mean, aren't you happier now? There's no denying that. But still, there's plenty of people who'd stick it out for their kids' sakes. I just couldn't do that, though. Sorry that your mom's so selfish. But there wouldn't have been any use in staying together if all you would have done was keep on arguing. I could tell you guys were both unhappy, you know? Plus, everything turned out alright in the end anyway. It's better to be single than in a toxic relationship. That's just mad facts right there. Sorry, just doing something real fast. That is just straight facts. It is much better to be single than in a toxic relationship. As much as people think they need to be in a relationship to be happy, no. No, not at all. If you're just with someone for the sake of being with someone, if they're bad for you, no, just get out. Get out of it if you can. Get help if you need to get out of it. You can be happy if you're single. You can be happy if you're in a relationship. Just because you're with someone is not going to change any of your problems. Alright, guys? Yeah, that got a little real. A toxic relationship, huh? Aren't you super stressed out all the time? I remember a lot of your arguments were about how much work you each did, and Dad would insist you had it easier than him. Yeah. Ugh, that man. Still, you know that I was the one who insisted on the divorce, right? I could have forgiven him. I think after I showed him the papers, he was actually shocked into realizing how serious I was. He'd apologized to me and told me he was willing to change. I didn't know that. But my pride stood in my way. I didn't want to back down and look weak. I didn't want to have long conversations about it with him after already explaining myself so many times in our arguments. And I couldn't bear going through all this over again if it turned out he really didn't change. Knowing Dad, I think he would have gone back to his old ways after a while. Yeah. Anyway, at least I'm happy I got to focus on my career so much more after we separated. But that still came with the cost of not being able to watch over you as much as I wanted to. Mom, seriously, it's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? All things considered, I'm happy the way things turned out. Thanks, Baron. You know how my temper can get when I'm particularly irritated or tired, though. I can't imagine I would have been much fun to argue with. Who knows? If I were more patient or communicative, things might have turned out differently. Oh my god. She kind of blames herself. She's thinking she was the problem in the end. Even though she is probably not, she's still kind of... Oh. And speaking of arguments, you had one with Yuri yesterday, didn't you? Yeah. Jeez, an earth-shattering argument on White Day. Hey, that's an exaggeration. And how'd you know we had an argument? Mom rolls her eyes. Dinner was still on the table, barely eaten, and you were dozing off on the couch with the TV turned to an infomercial channel. Guess that makes sense. Well, I did want to ask you for advice on it, though. So, what happened? I run my hands through my hair as I try to recall everything that happened last night. Well, we started off by talking about Sayori while we were eating. Like, she asked me what we did together this other day, and I started talking about how good of a friend Sayori is. Whoa, you talked to Yuri about another girl on White Day? That's a point that Yuri brought up too. Is there some kind of dating code that I'm missing? Apparently. Baron, what gave you the bright idea to talk up another girl so much in front of your girlfriend? Hey, she's the one who brought up Sayori in the first, you know. Whatever. Word. Eh. Great, good job, buddy. Yelling at your mom. Anyway, then Yuri started hinting at how I shouldn't be talking about that. I got kind of mad and told her she should work on communicating more clearly. And then she started talking about how she has trouble communicating and has to deal with a lot of problems. And I told her I have my own problems to deal with too. Mom winces at that. I know. I said some wrong things during our argument. Anyway, Yuri started being really self-deprecating and then she left too. And then a bunch of stuff happened where Yuri kept calling herself a freak. Oh, and I told her she should consider therapy, but she was really unreceptive to it. Mom's quiet for a few moments. I don't know if that's a good or bad sign. Sorry if some of my summary is vague, but I don't really want to reveal any secrets without Yuri's permission, you know? It's quite alright, Baron. I get it. Thanks. But honestly speaking, I think a good portion of my points were valid. I won't say I was in the right in our argument, but you know, someone once said that everything before the word but is BS. Yeah, if you gotta have a but, whatever you just said means nothing. Baron, you should be looking at it that way in the first place. You shouldn't be looking at it that way in the first place. Both of you should be working to solve your problems together, not pitting yourselves against each other and trying to see who's right and who's wrong. That's true. I still can't believe that this even happened. My brain keeps going over different things I said, different things I could have done. Everything that happened last night is just playing on repeat in my head. Now you know how I feel, eh? Huh. Maybe Mom actually opened up about the divorce for a reason. Here's your chance to not turn into another version of me and your father, though. It's probably true that you have a point and that Yuri should probably learn to communicate her problems more effectively. But it also sounds like she may have some deep-rooted problems that she wouldn't be able to get over as easily as you'd like. The thing is, it seemed like she had been getting better. Almost like she was cured or something. No, it doesn't work that way. It does not work that way, buddy. This isn't something that's just gonna go away. It's just something that's gonna be less over time, more than likely. The most you'd be able to hope, honestly, is just for what she's doing to lessen. Like that, yeah. And don't think you're going to be the cure-all for it. Sure, you've been helping, but you're not a cure. That's not how it works. Mom shakes her head. If these problems are anything similar to what I'm thinking now, it'll take a lot more work to cure them. And even though I'm using the word cure, it may just be that the problems go more into remission than anything. Exactly. It's not a cure, it's just it puts them into remission. It's just kind of put on hold for a little while, but it could start up at any time again. Or they might never fully go away at all. Also, I hope you didn't use that exact phrasing with her. No, I didn't. Good. I'm guessing you haven't talked to her yet today? I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. Were you planning on talking to her then? Well, I don't know. Wouldn't she want her space? Baron, communication is key. Look, I know it's gonna be awkward and weird after everything that was said and done yesterday, but it's better to clear things up sooner rather than later, before misunderstandings crop up and negative thoughts become conflated with reality. If you don't talk, how are you going to be able to apologize and solve your issues together? I'm not saying that you should totally hound her on the topic, because she may very well want some time to think things through. But you still need to open up a dialogue about these things so that you both know where you stand. That makes sense. One moment. Sorry about that. Ugh, I'm really dreading talking to her, though. There were some harsh words thrown around last night. I don't really know how I'm gonna face her. You won't know until you try, right? I mean, I know it's gonna be awkward. Just talk to her, Baron. In fact, why don't you call her right now? Can I eat breakfast first? First of all, it's nearly noon. And secondly, no. But I don't even know if she's gonna pick up. You don't think I called her last night after she stormed off? Tensions were high at the moment, Baron. If she doesn't pick up now, then at least text her. I reluctantly pull out my phone. What a surprise. No calls or messages back. Come on, Baron. I believe in you. Okay, I get it. Oh, we actually see our contacts. We got Monica, Mom, Natsuki, Sayori, Shiori, and Yuri. That's it. That's our contact list. The club members, our class rep, and Mom. I assume if we scrolled up, Emmy would be there as well. Maybe. Not a very extensive, phone list. But whatever, that's okay. As I slowly look for Yuri's name in my contacts, Mom stands up, snapping the photo album shut. Don't worry. I'm gonna give you your privacy while you call. Let me know how it goes. Thanks. Of course. Before she steps through the door, I stop her one last time. Oh, and Mom? Hmm? Thanks for everything. I mean, talking to me and helping me clean up and stuff yesterday. And, for being a good mom. Man, that was too cheesy, even for me. However, Mom's bright smile alleviates some of my embarrassment. It's all part of the job, Baron. With that, she shuts the door with a soft click. It's just me and my thoughts now, plus my phone. Gathering up what little courage I have remaining, I force myself to dial Yuri's number. The dial tone rings on faintly. It's the same as ever, indifferent to the tumultuous feelings within me. I'm almost hoping that Yuri doesn't pick up. Oh, she picked up. Ooh, boy. Huh? Did Yuri actually pick up? Hello. Now that she's actually on the line, I've suddenly forgotten everything I wanted to say. Hi. Come on, Baron. You called her for a reason. I'm, glad you picked up. Ah. To be honest, I was tempted to ignore your call again. Oh. At least she picked up? Then why did you pick up? I don't know. Actually, I suppose one reason was because I knew that you'd be thinking... You were worrying that I'd have killed myself, weren't you? It's all right. That's only to be expected. Damn, she got me. It's not the only reason why I called, but it's a huge looming fear that's been in the back of my mind this whole time. I didn't want to admit it to myself, but it's true. I was worried Yuri would have committed suicide. I mentally berate myself. Come on. Yuri's not so fragile that she'd off herself after one argument, right? Stop thinking she's made out of glass. Although, she might have not committed suicide, but would it be so? But instead, would have been? Damn it! But would it have been so far-fetched to think she could have accidentally cut too deeply and bled out? An image of her desperate scratching flashes through my mind. Yuri, I'm sorry. Sorry for everything that happened last night. There were a lot of things I shouldn't have said. As you can see, I'm not the most sensitive or tactful person sometimes. I'm sorry, too, for allowing myself to show you that part of me. I can't believe I actually scratched myself in front of you. It was just an overwhelming impulse. Obviously. It's okay, Yuri. I was about to say I get it, but do I really get it? All these issues, they're really difficult for you to deal with, aren't they? We both acted on impulse yesterday. I suppose so. You know, you're right. I can't imagine how it must feel to be you and to have to deal with, you know. There's a sigh from the other end. It's so quiet that I can hardly make it out. Thank you for acknowledging that. It's just so tiring, not having anyone to be able to understand that side of me. Of course, I'm not blaming you for not being able to understand. It's simply that all these feelings are extremely isolating. Well, I know I must sound like a broken record at this point, but I'll always be here for you. I might not totally get what you tell me, but I'll try to help the best I can. And that includes helping you feel less isolated. Last night, I was really mad at the problems, not at you. I just didn't know how to voice my frustrations clearly enough. I wasn't self-aware enough to really pinpoint the source of my emotions until now. We're both in this together. Let's fight these problems alongside one another. Thank you, Baron. Sorry for not being able to speak so openly about everything. It's alright. It's a work in progress. Yes, it is. Actually, can I come over to your place right now? So that we can talk about these things face to face? Plus, I know you have phone anxiety, so... Or we can talk somewhere else, if you're more comfortable with that. Sorry, but I'd rather not. Oh, okay. It's not your fault. It's just that I believe I need some time to think about things. You mean you need some space for now, right? Mm-hmm. But I agree with you. In terms of working together to assuage these issues. Only, I need to put my thoughts in order first, before I can try explaining things to anyone. Sorry, I'm no good at speaking about these things, unless I've properly thought through my words. No, that's perfectly understandable. I guess it was too much hope that everything could be fixed in one phone call. There's a lot to mull over. Yeah, there definitely is. Thank you for taking the effort to call and make things right, Baron. I don't know if I would have had the strength to do the same. Of course! I really care about you, Yuri. Don't you forget that. I won't. Thank you for everything, though. Really. I'll see you at school on Monday, then. I mentally sigh in relief. It's not like Yuri can't bear to see my face, then. Sounds like a plan. If you'd like, we could continue this conversation during lunch. I believe I'll be ready to talk by then. Are you sure? You really don't have to force yourself. Yes, If I don't do it then, I'll never be able to do it. Okay, I just wouldn't want you to be uncomfortable talking about everything. My mind flashes back to Yuri talking about being the perfect girlfriend. Please trust me when I say that I'd rather you wait until you're good with talking than force yourself to do so. You can't rush progress when it comes to these things, right? Yes, you definitely can't rush it. But I think I'll be able to talk about it. But in the case that I do start to have trouble speaking, I'll tell you. Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. Would you like to meet me at the roof during lunch then? That'll do just fine. Plus we wouldn't have to worry about others eavesdropping on our conversation. Mm-hmm. So... I guess that's it for now. Man, I'm always bad at ending conversations on the phone. I suppose so. Again, thank you for calling, Baron. Well, thank you for being receptive to me, even after our argument. It's only fair. After all, I stoked the flames just as much as you. Either way. Are you doing anything right now? Huh? I had been cooking lunch when you called. Oh, right. It's around noon right now. I'll let you get back to it then. Oh, okay then. Thank you. I'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, Baron. After a brief pause, a small click sounds and the line goes dead. I breathe a sigh of relief. That's over and done with, and it actually went pretty well. Lunch on Monday, huh? I'd better prepare myself for the emotional exhaustion I'll inevitably feel that day. But for now, lunch sounds really good. Ooh. That was... wow. Okay. Oh god, it's finally lunch. Time to meet up with Yuri. It's strange, seeing all the students mill around me without a care in the world. They're far removed from all the drama that Yuri and I had to deal with these past few days. I wonder how this situation would have played out between different players. Would it have turned out better? Worse? Somehow, I doubt that anyone around me right now has had to deal with anything like what Yuri and I have gone through. Wait, scratch that. Hasn't hanging out with Yuri taught me anything about judging books by their covers? I mentally shake my head. Come on, Baron. You have no idea what anyone else is going through. Judging others... Yuri's spoken a lot about that topic before. Yuri... Am I even prepared for this conversation? As I make my way to the roof, each step seems to grow heavier and heavier. My uniform seems to be uncomfortably warm, while my palms have suddenly collected a layer of sweat. Before I know it, I'm in front of the rooftop entrance. Man, here goes nothing. As always, it takes my eyes a little time to adjust to the brilliant sunlight outside. Soon enough, though, I'm able to make out a tall, long-haired girl standing by the edge of the roof. The contrast between her violet hair and pale blue sky makes her hair look all the more dark. Yuri. I step closer to her, prompting a slight peek over from her. She doesn't move, though, so I like to stand beside her and look down at the school grounds below. Hello, Baron. Hey, Yuri. Normal enough of a start to the conversation. Yuri runs her fingers along the chain-link fence, blocking off the edge of the roof. It's a nice day out, isn't it? Guess so. You haven't had lunch yet, right? Well, lunch just started, so... Oh, right. Yuri's face turns slightly red, and when she quickly turns to rummage through her bag, I can't tell if it's to hide her face or not. However, she eventually pulls out a package tied together with a large handkerchief. A bento? Uh, um... I made you a bento. You never bring very nutritious lunches, and since we planned on eating together... Whoa, are you sure? I did bring some bread, so... I made my own bento too, so if you don't eat it, it's just going to be wasted. Plus, it was made specifically for you, so... If this is a peace offering, it's the best peace offering I've ever received. Holy crap, thanks! Your cooking's always delicious. I feel bad that I don't have anything for you now. It's fine. I made it for you because I wanted to, not because I expected anything in return. Ah, Yuri. I take the boxes from her and peek inside. Rice, grilled beef, some kind of salad, and... dumplings. She knows we love our dumplings. How much you want to bet she made the rice, beef, and salad, and then specifically went out and bought the freaking dumplings we like, and just made the frozen dumplings because she knows how much we love them. You even made my favorite dumplings for it? Yes, I bought some before, so... Yuri, you don't know how much I appreciate you. I believe I have a good enough idea of that. We chuckle lightly for a bit, but then Yuri's face suddenly falls. Baron, I'm sorry for everything that happened on White Day. Now that I think over what I did and said that day, I feel so ashamed. She bites her lip hard. I can hardly believe that it actually happened. Yuri, I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have pressed you so hard on things you obviously can't just change on a whim. Thank you, but... I know that I was really the instigator. Well, if I hadn't been clueless and gone on and on about Sayori... But I also could have outright told you why that was bothering me. Instead, I chose to internalize all my negative thoughts, and it manifested in, well, blatant self-hatred. I mean, it's not like you explicitly chose to internalize it all, right? Those deep-seated problems you have... I get that sometimes you can't help second-guessing yourself or thinking in a certain way. But in order to improve my mental health, don't I have to change these thought processes? Well, yeah, but doesn't it still take a huge amount of time and effort before you're able to fully change it? It's slow going in the beginning, right? And on that day, tensions had been running high anyway, so it would have been harder to be self-aware about it. Plus, I'm sure that some of my comments didn't help matters either. That's true, but either way... Yuri takes a deep breath. You were right. The biggest problem in our relationship right now is most likely communication. And that's really on me. Yuri... It's fine, Baron. You don't have to try to make me feel better. I've accepted that it's generally a fault of mine that I'm too emotionally suppressive. After all these years, I've just gotten in the habit of hiding my true thoughts and feelings from everyone. It's actually a bit selfish of me. I don't tell anyone anything so I can avoid being judged. That's a perfectly valid reason to not talk about some things, right? Maybe, but I doubt that it's a completely healthy mindset. It stops me from communicating effectively with others, too. So, I'm going to try to explain everything, all of it, to you. All the reasonings behind my thought processes, how I genuinely feel about certain things. I truly did some introspection over the weekend to figure things out. Well, if you're up for it, I'm all ears. I don't know if I'll be able to understand everything, and I probably won't be able to relate to a lot of what you feel. But I'll try my best to be as empathetic as possible. That's all I'd ask of you. Once again, Yuri takes a breath to steady herself. Where should we start? We could start with the argument? That's as good a place as any. There's a strange, wry smile on Yuri's face. Now that I think about it, I was probably overreacting during our argument, wasn't I? It's okay if you get angry from time to time. I definitely said some things that were out of line. But how would you have known what to say? You're not a licensed psychologist. And you don't self-harm, so it's not as though you'd know the exact things to say to me. I mean, I could have not said some things, though, too. If I'd given it some thought before speaking, I could have realized some of my words were hurtful to anyone, not just to a self-harmer. Alright, we kind of understand. We did fuck up in our own way. We fucked up, Yuri fucked up, we both fucked up. instance, I shouldn't have said that other people have problems too. That's true. When you said that, it seemed to invalidate my own issues. It minimized my suffering. Yeah, other people have problems too, so you should just suck it up and deal with it? Hmm. See, I definitely did not mean to invalidate you. Um, what was something else I said? How would you feel if I did this? Oh yeah, I think I actually said that a couple of times. Um, actually, could you explain why it's so bad to say that? Alright, it's likely not very obvious to someone who isn't too familiar with the thoughts behind self-harm. Um, I believe the best way to put it would be saying that guilt trips me. It makes me feel worse about myself, because it makes me that much more aware of how self-harm affects others around me. And then it makes me feel like cutting even more. It's a bit of a cycle, where that makes me feel terrible, which makes me cut, which then makes me feel even worse. Which leads to my cutting again, etc., etc. I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It's okay. Now you know. Now that you say it, it seems so obvious, though. Hindsight is 20/20, I suppose. Yeah, guess so. Man, I wish I had spoken without thinking so much. I'm especially sorry for the ugly mess comment. Yuri looks down at her arms. They're covered by her sleeves right now, of course, but I can imagine the scarring underneath the cloth. Well, you're right. Huh? They are ugly. Well, to be honest, there was a time when I liked the way they looked. But that was at a time when I was in an even worse state of mind, if you can believe it. I'm guessing it might have been around the time of her parents' deaths. Quite simply, I'm disfiguring myself. And I feel like I deserve to be disfigured. Jesus Christ, Yuri. No, you don't deserve it! Fuck. It's like self-harm allows me to externally show how I feel on the inside. I don't really know what to say to that. I feel the need to punish myself for making mistakes, and things like that. The first time I cut my arm, I was almost mesmerized by the blood flowing down my skin. It felt strange seeing my arm marred like that. But in a way, it felt right. Yuri. Okay, I'm gonna just take a moment here. I can handle a lot of things, but even this is a little much for me. If anyone needs to take a moment to walk away right now, go ahead. If anyone is watching this in the VOD, go ahead and pause it, take all the time you need. Okay. You don't have to say anything. I know you probably don't know what to say. She's got that right. Even so, I hope you know that when I said that, I was mad at the self-harming itself, not at you. If that makes sense. I understand. Sorry if this is too soon, but... I don't know a good way to ask this. You didn't do anything too bad to yourself after our argument, did you? Sorry for asking so clumsily. I really don't know how I can breach the topic in a sensitive way. I mean, yeah, at least he's honest about that. He wants to bring it up, but doesn't really know how to do it. So he's gonna be blunt for now. Until he can learn what's a more sensitive way to ask. Oh, God. It's alright. The scratching helped take the edge off a lot, so I didn't do anything worse than what I usually do. Oh, I still can't believe I did that in front of you. All of my thoughts and emotions just suddenly overwhelmed me. It was almost as if a physical pressure was building up within me. I see. Damn. I can't imagine. Well, I'm glad that you can't imagine it. You know what you said about my not trying to change myself? Sorry for that too. No, it's fine. To be honest, I don't think I've actually been trying all that much. Sometimes a wave of motivation comes over me that makes me want to change, but that doesn't happen too often. I'm scared of how it'll be when I don't have to self-harm to help me feel in control again. That physical pain, it's something that I can understand and manipulate myself. Something that has a definitive end. It's the way that I've always coped. It's not often that something makes me feel like discarding that. You did talk a bit about this before, I think. It was probably the first time I came over to your house. I suppose I did. In the end, I suppose I don't want to change. Yuri, come on. You might say that, but you have changed already. She gives me a questioning look. You become more confident in yourself when you speak to others, for one thing. Remember when you never even felt like saying hi to Natsuki before? Now look at you right now. You're opening up to me about this stuff. Sure, you may still have your flaws, but that alone shows that despite what you tell yourself, you're willing to change. So change isn't all that bad, right? Huh. You're right, as usual. You don't deserve all this, Yuri. Please trust me when I say that. And I wouldn't lie to you about that either. Okay. Thank you, Baron. I slowly sneak my hand over to touch Yuri's. Surprisingly, she actually grabs my hand in response. It feels freeing to talk about this with you. Is it really okay for me to burden you with this? Of course. What kind of person would I be if I didn't support my loved ones? Thank you. Anyway, no one's perfect, as we both know by now. If you're willing to forgive me, then I definitely think you should be able to forgive yourself, if that makes sense. You don't have to be the perfect girlfriend, because there's no such thing. Oh God, I just remembered. Which reminds me, please tell me whenever you're uncomfortable with anything, Yuri. It's kind of an awkward subject to broach, but I've got to address it. He's probably referring to sex that she forced herself to go through with. If you don't want to do something, like if you don't want to be intimate at the moment or anything, you can always just say no. No one has the right to demand anything of you in that way. There'll never be hard feelings about it if you say no, because you don't know anyone's sex or whatever. Yep. Sorry. I just didn't know what to do at the moment. There were so many expectations and worries clouding my mind that I just forced myself. But don't worry, I don't blame you or anything. Yuri, you don't have to apologize. Again, I'd never get mad at you if you turned intimacy down. In fact, isn't it better if we're both happy and willing to do something? Yes, I know that now, but that wasn't the case at the time. Either way, thank you for bringing this up. To be quite honest, it was weighing me down a bit, and I wasn't sure of how to bring it up without it turning into an awkward mess. Or turning into her, specifically her turning into an awkward mess. Ugh. But yeah, when everyone is, you know, when everyone wants to do something, it's more fun that way. Don't do something just to make someone else happy. It's comforting to confirm that it's okay if I don't force myself. Yeah, it's definitely a subject that had to be addressed. At any rate, whatever happens, I'll try to support you. Okay. That kind of fucked me up for a minute. At any rate, whatever happens, I'll try to support you as my girlfriend. That is, if you still want to call yourself that. Yes, I don't think I'm much inclined to breaking up with you. Especially not after you've been so kind and understanding towards me. Well, I guess I meant to ask if you needed to go on a break or not. I definitely get you might want some space, so... Well, it is nice being able to speak on my own terms, and knowing that I could take my time about things to think by myself. But I also know that I still love you. So, would it be alright with you if we just took it slowly? Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't have expected everything to go back to normal after just one conversation anyway. Honestly, I wasn't even expecting her to want to stay with me. The bell suddenly rings, startling us out of our quiet discussion. Jeez, we really lost track of the time, eh? We hardly even ate. We were so busy talking. Well, I'm definitely glad we had this conversation. I think it helped me understand you a lot more. And I'm glad I was able to work on my communication. Man, I guess we'd better get to class for now. But I'll meet you at the usual place to walk to the club together, okay? Okay. See you then, Baron. And once again, thank you. Back at you. Oh, I'm glad they were able to make up in a way and are now just gonna slowly work on each other. Like, work, you know. They're gonna work on their relationship. Oh. Glad it didn't get any worse than it did last time. My mood is seriously lifted from how I felt these past few days. Ironic, considering the dark subject matter that Yuri and I talked about during lunch. But it just feels nice, knowing that someone I love trusts me enough to talk about these things. And it's definitely gladdening to be able to resolve a conflict peacefully and come out of it a better person. I still worry about Yuri, of course, but now I feel more hopeful about our future together. Sneaking a glance at Yuri, who's sitting beside me, I catch her eye and offer her a smile. She smiles softly back in return, and then turns her attention back to the book in front of her. I could definitely see her fighting through all of the problems in her way. Damn it. But for now, we're back in the companionable silence that so often settles between us. To me, it's an indication that things can get better again. Oh, hello, Monica. Okay, everyone. Yep, I'll eventually get the voice back. Monica's announcement once again startles me out of my reverie. We all know that school's ending this week, right? Woohoo! Summer vacation! Ugh, I can't wait to do nothing all day. Everyone here can probably relate to that. Anyway, I was thinking, how about we meet up outside of school during the summer to hang out? That sounds like a great idea, Monica! I probably would have wanted to keep seeing you guys through the summer anyway. After all, we're not just a club. We're all friends. I mean, yeah, you guys all kind of are friends. Well, if you all insist, I'd be open to hanging out. Jeez, Natsuki, you don't have to be so coy about it. Hey, speak for yourself! In my case, I'd definitely be down for a little club trip.
Me too. It helped keep me out of the house. And I want to keep talking to everyone here.
That's decided then. Let's all meet up Saturday after school officially ends, if that's alright with you all. We all unanimously agree. I catch Natsuki sneaking a smile at Yuri, but Natsuki only sticks her tongue out at me when I make eye contact. Looks like everything's as normal as it could get for now. Normalcy's underrated anyhow. Where could the game go from here? I'm just gonna do a save anyway. Okay. Okay, we're still in Act 3. We got over a huge conflict. What more can there possibly be? Like, seriously. If there's a whole other act still after this, what? Holy shit. It's so nice to not have to worry about academics. Gives me all the more time to worry about my relationships instead. And speaking of relationships, I'm hanging with Yuri today. Well, not just with her. It's the day of our club trip. I call it a club trip, but really we're just going to be walking around town. Strange to think that we haven't really all gone somewhere together as a group before. Yeah, that's true. That is 100% true. Me and Yuri have gone somewhere together to do whatever. I've gone shopping with Natsuki. I've hung out with Sayori. Natsuki and Sayori have gone out on as a group little friend date together. And then I joined them to make it a three-person hangout. Natsuki and Yuri hang out with each other as well from time to time. I haven't hung out with Monica. Very briefly, it was me, Yuri, and Natsuki. Though I guess that's more. Though I guess that's in line with Monica's character for this mod. How she's just so busy, she doesn't really seem to have time for, you know, other stuff. I mean, we very early on in this route, we did find her in the library before finding Yuri, and she looked like she was busy studying. And without actually saying it, was kind of hinting that she wanted to be left alone. So, okay, that's actually pretty good in line. And the only other times we've hung out as an actual big group together is during Halloween, Christmas, and our study sessions. Huh. Yeah. They actually haven't gone, like, really anywhere as a big group of all 5 of us. The most at any time has been 3. Yeah, cool. It's always just 1 or 2 people from the club. Not everyone at once. We're meeting up at... Okay, they added an extra at. We're meeting up soon at a big intersection in the shopping district downtown, so I guess I should get ready then. As I change out of my pajamas, I muse over my relationship with Yuri. We definitely have more deep conversations about darker topics nowadays, but it's nice to be able to talk about those things. After our initial conversation that day, Yuri did seem to regress a bit in terms of her openness. She probably thoroughly rehearsed a lot of what she said that day. But it's not like zero progress was made. Yuri actually does tell me when things bother her more often. Well, she's usually really apologetic about it, but still. The fact she even tells me these things is good progress. It's been less than a week since our big conversation, though, so there likely just hasn't been enough time for things to fully settle down yet. Anyway, it's not like she's going to be talking about this stuff much today, given how we'll be hanging out with the entire club. It'll be a nice change of pace, goofing off with everyone and laughing together. Suffice to say, I'm looking forward to our meeting today. It's way too hot today. Yeah, tell me about it, man. What is the weather right now? What's the temps at? Okay, I can't complain that much. Okay, it's only... What is that? Okay, yeah, I can't complain too much. At all. It's 23 Celsius, so 73 for anyone using Imperial. See, I cannot complain about the heat right now, though it is a little humid. The past few days have been kind of, whew, what the hell? It's a goddamn heat wave. This boy from the Great White North is not fond of the heat, to say the least. Give me cooler weather, please. The sun beats down mercilessly on me as I plod down the street. I'm sweating like crazy just from walking downtown, despite only wearing a t-shirt and shorts. Ugh, I hope the girls won't be able to tell how gross I am. Trust me, dude. They know. Well, even if I were super sweaty, I doubt anyone besides Natsuki would really mention it. They're all way too nice to. Although, now that I think about it, Monica actually might tease me. It's not too soon enough when I finally catch sight of the others. Looks like I'm last. As usual. Oh my god! Oh my god, she actually has a different outfit. I have never seen this outfit on her before. I've only seen her, like, red vest with jacket one in this mod, and then her, you know, her school uniform. I have not seen casual summer wear Monica. Yeah. I like it. Baron, there you are. Took you long enough. Hey, lay off me for a bit. It's too hot to walk quickly. Jeez, you should have left earlier then.
Yeah, I live next door to you and I got here pretty early.
Sayori, aren't you supposed to be on my side?
Truly a horrific betrayal.
It really is. Alright, guys, stop being such drama queens. Where do you want to go first? Maybe. Wait, did I? Who said that? Actually. Oh, it was Monica. Okay, she's just answering her own question. Maybe we should have planned this out a bit more.
But where's the fun in that? We just gotta be spontaneous. Yeah, Sayori's got the right idea there. We could try walking around a bit to see if there's anywhere we want to go.
That sounds good to me. Okay, everyone. Let's do that then. We mill around for a bit, window shopping and chatting about nothing. Eventually, we find ourselves standing around eating ice creams. What flavors? What flavors? What flavors does everybody get? I'm now really curious who got what kind of flavor. Damn it, it's not going to tell us, is it? I find myself practically inhaling mine as the ice cream drips down the cone. Oh, Sayori got a popsicle.
It's so refreshing to eat a popsicle on a hot day. This reminds me of how I spent summers as a kid. Baron and I used to always play at this one park with an ice cream vendor.
Oh man, I remember what park you're talking about.
Sounds like idyllic times. Perks of having childhood friends, I guess.
I haven't kept up much with any of my own childhood friends either, so all those memories are relegated to the past for me. Don't you guys have nostalgic childhood places you like to visit?
My parents used to bring me to a house in the countryside during the summers. Man, is your family rich or something? All I ever got were trips to the pool. And I never really liked the pool anyway. You know how nasty public pools can get?
Yeah, they can be pretty gross. I don't particularly have anyone nostalgic in this city either. My parents aren't really ones for randomly going out to the park or whatever.
If that's the case, then why don't Bear and I show you our park, so we can make new memories for you to look back on in the future?
Well, we're not doing anything right now, so I'm up for it if the rest of you are. Yeah, I'd be down to go.
It would be nice to catch a glimpse of Baron and Sayori's fabled childhood friendship. If you guys want to go, I'm fine with it too.
Well, that's that then. Lead the way, Sayori.
Hooray! Let's go, Baron!
I'm right behind you. Feels like I'm going back in time as I step into the park. I haven't been back here in a while, and it looks much smaller than what I remembered. Oh yeah, you're much bigger now. Here was the spot of countless adventures between Sayori and I. In my mind's eye, I can see the two small children running around. One coral-haired and one brown-haired. It's kind of strange seeing both Sayori and Yuri here at once with me. Like the past and future are colliding.
So, this is it, eh? I think I've been here before, actually. Like, once with my mom.
Maybe we've seen each other as kids before, but we just don't remember it.
I wouldn't doubt it. Fate can be a fickle creature.
I'd call that more of a coincidence than fate.
Well, I think I'd remember seeing a pink-haired girl here. Not many people have hair that distinctive.
Sayori, your memory isn't even that good. You forget half the things I tell you.
Hey, I remember the important stuff at least. It's nice being here, though.
Sayori trots over to the swing set and plops down on a swing. The rest of us follow her. I end up leaning on a metal bar with Yuri, while Monica sits on the top of the bar. Or on top of the bar.
Come on, Natsuki! Swing with me! I haven't gone on the swings for so long.
Natsuki obliges and gets on the swings beside Sayori. Soon, she's swinging back and forth at full force, her hair streaming through the air. Oh my god, this is adorable. Just picturing this is kind of adorable as shit. I love
it. You're like a kid again, Natsuki! You're so cute!
At that, Natsuki abruptly stops swinging with a scowl on her face.
I'm not cute!
I exchange dry smiles with Yuri as Monica rolls her eyes.
Okay. Sorry for calling you a child. I mean, I call myself one too, so I'm not trying to imply anything. But disregarding that, I wish I were as cute as you.
God damn it, Sayori. Just gonna poke the hornet's nest with that?
Ugh.
Sorry, but I have to say it. Natsuki, why do you always pretend you're not cute? You've got to realize that you come off as really cutesy, right? You're seriously not fooling anyone. Damn straight.
I'm not trying to fool anyone. What do you think I am?
She kicks at the ground in frustration, jostling herself on the swings. Well, it sure seems an awful lot like you are sometimes. The tsundere act can get a bit tiring, you know.
Hey, I'm sure Natsuki has her reasons. Everyone has their own problems in life. Not that I'm implying that you have any particular problems, Natsuki. You guys are gonna drive me insane. You guys want to know why I'm cute? It's because I am feminine.
Not with the voice I give you.
I like cute and pretty things. My favorite genre of manga is romance. Is that so freaking weird?
We didn't say there was anything wrong with you being cute. We were just questioning why you protested so much. My mind suddenly flashes back to that one day long ago when Natsuki and I hung out together and talked about this over boba. When the fuck did we do this? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right, when when Sayori kind of invited us along on her outing with Natsuki that time. She mentioned something. She brought up Utena. Specifically Utena and her one friend who's, well, pretty much just the embodiment of cute, I guess, more or less. I think she said she wanted to be more like, yeah, she wanted to be more like Utena rather than her friend. God damn. How did I remember that? Is it because you want to look cool, look strong? Cool? Looks like she's surprised that I remembered what she said. I feel like she might be regretting opening up that one time now.
Well, what's wrong with that, huh? Doesn't everyone want to be cool and strong? I can't think of any situation where being cute and weak is better than cool and strong. But you can be cute and strong, can't you? Not if you're a tiny girl like me. I like being cute, but I need to be strong.
Insert Buff Suki. Oh no. Need?
Yeah, need. You guys probably don't know this, but it's just my dad and me at home. My mom's not in a place to help us right now.
The fire in her voice dies down at the mention of her mom, but picks right back up again as she continues her rant.
Things are rough, so I have to be strong for the sake of my family. I can't be some silly little girl anymore who doesn't have a care in the world. I shouldn't be wasting time and money buying manga. My dad hasn't been doing so well ever since my mom died.
Oh, okay, so her mom is dead. That sucks.
Shouldn't even be here, hanging out with you guys. Our shop needs all the help it can get.
Natsuki sighs here, fiddles with her swing chain.
I'm just selfish. I can't help wanting to be a normal high schooler. Life's so unfair.
Sayori reaches out to gently touch Natsuki's arm.
It's okay, Natsuki. I get it. You do?
There's a slightly dubious expression on Natsuki's face. And to be honest, I'm curious about how Sayori can relate too.
Mm-hmm. There's a reason why I act all sunshine and rainbows all the time, you know.
Oh my, is this gonna be a confession circle? For a moment, it seems like Sayori and Monica telepathically communicate something with each other.
It's because I want everyone around me to be happy too. So, even if I don't feel like smiling, or if I'm unhappy, I still smile for everyone else. Even if I don't want to wake up in the morning and face the world, I still smile. Plus, I don't want to burden others with my problems.
Oh my god, it's a confession circle. Sayori, I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me this? I'm supposed to be your best friend.
That's why I couldn't tell you, Baron.
But how was I supposed to help? Yeah, don't white knight. Don't be a white knight for everyone, Game Baron. Fuck.
It's not your responsibility to help every single person you come across. Besides, I did talk to Monica about stuff, so...
Oh, good supportive Monica. Yup. And I'm glad you came to talk to me about it, Sayori. And even more glad that you're able to talk about it to everyone else, too.
Yeah.
I suddenly feel incredibly guilty I wasn't able to be there for Sayori. How could I have been so clueless I couldn't even tell when Sayori wasn't happy? Sayori, I've been telling you all my problems this whole time, though. In fact, I've gone on and on about loneliness and my parents' divorce to all of you before. Given that, wouldn't it only have been right to help you in return?
It's alright. You're just more expressive than a lot of people, Baron.
Am I? Yeah, you kind of are.
Sometimes you say things that are so emotional, they make me cringe.
Hey, what the heck? I only got emotional with you guys like once, right before the festival.
Seriously? I guess my opinion of you was coloring my memories.
What kind of opinion does she have of me? Yuri, am I emotional? Oh my god.
I don't know if you're particularly emotional, but you are quite expressive. That's a good thing in my opinion, though. Mm-hmm. It's nice to not have to guess about what you're feeling.
I guess you're a perfect match for Yuri in that way, Baron. Yuri wouldn't have to worry about you ever hiding your feelings from her. I don't know if you guys are complimenting or insulting me.
Just take it however you want. Compliment or insult, I appreciate you at least.
Yuri smiles gently at me and puts her hand on top of mine.
I feel like you've definitely changed my life for the better.
That's an exaggeration.
Well, it feels that way to me. You were standing by me nearly every step of the way, encouraging me at the right times and comforting me in the dark ones. Even my social anxiety. It's not completely gone, of course, but you've helped me talk to others and face that anxiety head on. Back then, I might have even turned down a group hangout like this out of anxiety. It's good to have someone force you to do things you don't want to do. And you were the first one who was able to tell about my parents.
Your parents? Oh, she's gonna tell them all now. Oh, yeah. Confession circle. A little weird, but whatever.
Yes, although I don't know how similar our circumstances are. I think I understand your sentiments too, Natsuki. Because I've lost my own loved ones. Feeling weak when there's a blatant need for strength.
If you don't mind me asking, when?
Long enough for the pain to fade into the background.
Yuri looks down, twirling a strand of hair through her fingers.
But to be honest, I don't think the pain's ever going to fully leave me. Sometimes I forget they're gone and call out for them on impulse. And when I realize once more that they're gone, the waves of grief roll over me again. Yuri. Don't worry, I get you.
Oh. Now the two of them could be more friends. Oh, they... I can connect to Yuri because I felt abandoned by my parents and she's abandoned by her parents for different reasons, but I was able to somewhat connect with her that way. Natsuki has lost a parent and can much more closely connect with Yuri that way too, making them just better friends as well. They may be in a relationship with her, but I'm not going to be able to understand her completely. But others could. Like Natsuki can understand her a little more and understand the grief she's going through. And has been going through this whole time. That's nice. That's actually really nice. I like that. The two girls smile sadly at each other.
I'm sorry, Yuri. If you ever need to talk, thank you. I'm grateful to you all for being understanding. You shouldn't feel sorry either. It's not your fault. I know, but I wish you hadn't had to go through that. Your parents must have been great people to raise someone like you, So I wish I could have met them too. They were great people.
Yuri sighs quietly and looks down at her hands. I don't doubt that it must have been difficult for her to reveal this to everyone. Please don't force yourself and reveal everything, Yuri. Don't.
Thanks, Yuri, for sharing that with us. Of course. It seems like we're all opening up to each other today. I'm certainly glad that we've all grown this close. Me too.
If we're all sharing, I guess it's Monica's turn now, right? And as if she was thinking the same thing, Monica finally speaks up. Thanks for today, guys. It's been nice getting to know everyone even more. It's kind of funny how much closer we've all gotten in a single semester.
Yeah, I guess we really didn't do much last semester.
Feel free to give all the credit for giving... sorry, let me try that again. Feel free to give me all the credit for getting everyone closer. You wish.
If I had to pinpoint the moment that we started creating a sense of camaraderie, I'd say it was when we started sharing poetry. That sounds about right to me. The festival probably helped too. It was our first group project type of thing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I guess having to rely on each other really helped bring everyone together. Does that mean there's actually a reason that teachers give group projects? Besides making us suffer, I mean? Oh, yeah.
Baron, you're usually one of the slackers in group projects.
Hey, how do you know I haven't changed? We haven't been in the same class for a while now, you know. I think you've changed at least a bit in that regard. There's a moment of light chuckling from us all. It's been fun laughing and chatting with you all today. You guys are my first close friends. Well, besides Shiori. I raise my eyebrows at that. That seems kind of hard to believe, considering how popular Monica is. I mean, you could be popular, everyone knows you're around the school, but none of them will truly be your friend. That's a thing. Unfortunately. Okay, I mean I do call other people friends, but they're actually more like acquaintances. Sometimes, when I talk to people, it's like I disassociate from myself and just see myself talking to them. I kind of feel like an alien sometimes. Or maybe a robot? Like, I'm just built to do these things, but not actually cultivate my own desires or emotions. I could definitely see Monica being a robot. Honestly, most of the times when I laugh, I don't actually feel like laughing on the inside. Oh, god damn it. Well, yeah, Monica's got more of a character and gives us hints of what her route could have been.
Monica!
And I'm well aware that there are people who hate me too, or who think I look down on them. Little Miss Perfect, right?
You shouldn't pay them any attention, Monica. Most of those people are likely just jealous of your accomplishments. After getting to know you, I can testify to the fact you're warm and kind-hearted. Yeah, same here. I don't say that about everyone.
Monica smiles sadly at us. But, to be honest, it's true. Oftentimes I do find myself looking down on other people. Huh? It's not that I want to be a pretentious princess. It's just that I'm trained to be perfect, I guess. I know that's impossible to actually be perfect, but like, I can't fathom not getting straight A's, for instance. I legitimately cannot imagine myself ever failing a test, or losing my spot as the top student. My own mother has called me a failure when I got a B+ in elementary school. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Yep, she has a lot of pressure on her. Monica stares into the sky, her voice monotonous. Do you know how my parents reacted when I mentioned not taking over the family business? They laughed, and said they hadn't raised me to become mediocre trash. Trash. Failure. Literal human garbage. That's what I would be if I weren't perfect. No ifs or buts. It's a black and white world for me. This life isn't one that I chose myself. Every single thing has been plotted out for me by my parents. Well, except for you guys. Monica, to be honest, your parents sound like crazy tiger parents. I guess they are. I mean, they give me food and a place to live in, and they pay for all my lessons and stuff, so I can't complain. They just love to brag about me to their friends. Oh, God, yeah. Nope. That's not great. That's not good. That's not healthy parenting. Even so, that sounds like an unhealthy relationship. Well, I have to put in work to pay them back for raising me, right? But sounds like they can be really harsh, too. Yeah, when they're mad at me, they can be pretty domineering. I guess you could say that my parents have mastered the carrot and stick routine.
Jeez. Are you sure you're okay, Monica?
Yeah, don't worry about it. If it gets too much for me, I'll say something. Probably. Anyway, speaking of parents, it's actually getting kinda late, so we should probably get home soon.
Wow.
Oh. Fuck, Monica, thanks for dropping that bombshell. Sunlight's certainly been orange-tinted for a while now, with the soft breeze growing chillier by the minute.
Yeah. My dad's probably gonna be pissed if I take too long to get back.
You guys gonna be able to get home alright?
Who do you think we are? 9-year-old kids? Of course we will.
Hey, I just meant that it'd be night and all. Thanks for the concern, Baron, but I think we'll be fine. I have a train to catch anyway, so the station's gonna be pretty crowded. Yuri, what about you? Want me to walk you home?
I wouldn't want you to go out of your way. After all, you could easily walk home with Sayori.
Nah, it's fine. Wow.
Jeez, if you're so worried about her, I can walk back with Yuri. Huh? Are you sure? I wouldn't want... I said I would, didn't I? It's fine. Just take it, Yuri. That's Natsuki's way of being clingy. Hey, I'm not clingy.
You guys are hilarious. It's nice being able to hang out with a bunch of cute high school girls, isn't it, Baron? I give Monica the side eye as she smirks at me. Come on, Sayori. Let's bounce before Monica says any other weird things. Only teasing. Yeah. We all linger for a few more moments to say our goodbyes, but soon scatter as the wind begins cutting through us. It really is getting dark pretty quickly. I guess our conversation took longer than I thought. I guess that makes sense, though. Sensitive topics usually take a while to talk through. And to be honest, I'm kind of emotionally drained from our discussion. Club really has gone far, though. I'd hardly expected to be having conversations this intense with the girls when I first joined. It's nice to have close friends, though. And especially nice to have a girlfriend like Yuri. Somehow, I feel like today is an indication that things will be alright from now on. Okay, what more is there? There's still more? Okay, I'm not gonna go any further with this for today. Yeah, alright. That was, fun. Alright, yeah, so that was a lot better than before. I mean, we did retread all of the stuff that did happen, but it was in a more calm manner to properly talk about it and discuss it. Still a bit much, but it's okay. And then we got a nice little thing at the end there, where everyone's just kind of confessing all of their issues. I mean, it's a little weird, but hey. It's kind of letting them all be better friends. Get closer to each other. So, okay. Yeah, I'm going to end off here. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, again, we will continue on. We'll continue on from where we left off here and see where the story goes, because it feels like it should have ended now. I don't know what more is going to be in this route. So yeah, again, thanks everyone for watching and lurking, all that. I appreciate it very, very much. Hope you all have yourselves a good rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.